South Africa could be facing multiple bans at the Rugby World Cup unless the situation is resolved. South Africa are facing the prospect of being banned from playing under their national flag at Rugby World Cup as a result of their government's failure to comply with anti-doping regulations. The Springboks have already qualified for the quarterfinals of the tournament ahead of their final Pool B match, but their World Cup campaign could be impacted by issues away from the field. South African government missed the deadline to amend its anti-doping regulations to comply with the latest international standard code for compliance from the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA. The code came into force in 2021, and nations were warned by WADA to ensure their own drug-free practices were put in place. But South Africa have fallen foul of WADA after failing to moderate their current regulations, following a recent review of national anti-doping organizations, NATO's. Express Sport has however learned that the appeal window is still open for the nation. According to the Daily Maverick, South Africa could be banned from playing under their flag and singing the national anthem at major world events, which includes the Rugby World Cup. WADA's code only states, however, that they would be prohibited from playing under the flag in the event of non-compliance, but it presents a sticky situation for Jock Nienaber's side. Global policy is adopted by both sports organizations and governments from around the world, with over 700 sporting bodies and federations accepting the new code after its implementation in January 2021. The South African Institute for Drug-Free Sport, SEDS, had warned its government about the consequences of failing to adhere to the regulations over a year ago. And now, their rugby team could begin the knockout stages of the World Cup without the feeling of pride or adrenaline kick that comes from singing the national anthem. WADA released a statement on September 23 warning that South Africa were among two nations who had not complied due to legislation that was not in line with the new code. If the changes were not made by October 13, the punishment for non-compliance would come into effect. WADA wishes to update stakeholders regarding the Executive Committee's decision to endorse 10 recommendations of WADA's Independent Compliance Review Committee, CRC. Their statement read, during its meeting, the EXCO asserted non-compliance of 3 anti-doping organizations, ADOs, with the World Anti-Doping Code. The 2 national anti-doping organizations, NATOs, in question are Bermuda and South Africa, and the major event organization, MIO, in question is the Pan American Sports Organization, Pan Sports. In the cases of the Bermuda and South Africa NATOs, the non-compliance is a result of legislation not in line with the 2021 code. When approached by Express Sport, World Rugby declined to comment on the matter.